What's going on, everybody? So I was able to complete another mock draft for my LA Chargers, this time going with one of the top tight ends, and who fell to me was the tight end from Michigan, Colston Loveland, which very good pickup. Obviously knows Jim Harbaugh, the head coach, very well. Second round, I could not pass up this cornerback in Benjamin Morrison. I was surprised he was still there, but they definitely need some help on the other side on the cornerback spot. So I thought that was a pretty good pick. And then also I went with an interior defensive lineman in Jordan Phillips from Maryland, and of course he was like the highest graded player I had. It was like an overall an A or so draft, so not too bad for those first 3 rounds, getting some key spots selected there for the team to fill up those roster areas. So either way, I thought that was pretty good. Another guy that hopefully, if he ends up dropping, is available that they could move up to get is like a Tyler Warren, who went off against USC. He had like 17 receptions, which was pretty crazy. He had like 224 receiving yards, a touchdown, and even like a wild trick play too. So yeah, I definitely know him very well, and he did do pretty good this last season overall. So if he's available, I would like them to select him at 22. Excuse me. Then when it comes to like other guys that could be selected when it comes to tight ends, whether it's later in the draft, second or third round, like Elijah Arroyo from Miami, Mason Taylor, Terrence Ferguson, and Harold Fanning Jr. is more like in the third round. Gunnar Helm is probably like late third, fourth round. Maybe like a Mitchell Evans from Notre Dame, Luke Lachey. I know Evans was supposed to be a lot better, but I think some injuries kind of halted him a bit in his career, but he's still a pretty talented guy, in my opinion. And then there are some rumors out there that the Chargers are maybe going to listen to some trades for the wide receiver Quentin Johnson, who they recently drafted like 1 or 2 years ago. So that'll be pretty interesting if they move on from him, but hopefully they get a good enough draft pick in the process. And then that top wide receiver, Tetairoa McMillan from Arizona, looks like he's visited with the Chargers, has a couple more stuff lined up, and yeah, I don't know why he's fallen. Like I said, I think he's one of the better receivers, as I talked about in the receiver mock draft that I did for the Chargers, and if he does end up falling, then I'd say go for him instead of going for the tight end. And then there was Mel Kiper, who did his recent mock draft. It looks like he projected an offensive lineman, Grace Abel, to go there, so that was pretty interesting. There was also, like on March 30th, Jacob Bayer suffered a torn ACL, but it looks like he's had some recent visits with the Chargers too. That could be a nice late center pickup. And then they also talked to UCLA quarterback Ethan Garbers. Here, they had a recent meeting with him, so obviously I know him pretty well. He's played pretty okay against USC the past couple years, but he's going to be like a guy you bring into camp. That's fine. I don't think he's going to make the roster, but a local guy, see what he can do. And they already have Trey Lance and Heineke behind Herbert, so I don't think he really has a shot, but I guess that's who they recently talked to or visited with. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.